For decades, global trade followed the same predictable paths, the same oceans, the same narrow choke points. But right now, something is changing. Quietly. Permanently. A region most people still ignore is about to decide who controls global trade next. And by the time this becomes obvious to everyone, the rules may already be set. Before we get into the video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. Every major shift in global power has followed the same pattern. First, trade routes change. Then, influence follows. And finally, power consolidates. Empires didn't rise because they were bigger or louder. They rose because they controlled movement, goods, energy, information. Today we are watching the early stages of another shift. And it's not happening where most people are looking. That region is the Arctic. What was once frozen, distant, and irrelevant is now becoming one of the most strategically valuable areas on Earth. Not in the future. Right now, as Arctic ice retreats, new shipping routes are opening. Routes that are shorter, faster, and significantly cheaper. A cargo ship traveling from Asia to Europe through the Arctic can save thousands of kilometers compared to traditional routes. That means fewer days at sea, lower fuel costs, and faster delivery times. In global trade, speed is leverage, and leverage becomes power. Global trade depends on narrow passageways, the Suez Canal, the Panama Canal, the Strait of Hormuz. These are fragile points in the global system. The Arctic is creating new choke points. But unlike the old ones, they are being shaped from the beginning. Whoever influences these routes early can shape how global trade flows for decades. Traditional trade routes are crowded, politically unstable, and increasingly vulnerable. The Arctic doesn't have that problem. There are no legacy systems to dismantle, no outdated agreements to renegotiate. Everything is being built from scratch, and first movers always have the advantage. Trade routes don't exist without protection. Wherever trade expands, military presence follows. The Arctic is seeing increased activity, new bases, expanded surveillance, ice-capable fleets. Not for conflict today, but for positioning tomorrow. Because controlling trade routes means controlling influence without firing a single shot. Beneath the Arctic lies more than ice, energy resources, critical minerals, rare materials. But resources alone don't create power. Infrastructure does. Ports, pipelines, communication networks. The countries investing now are locking in long-term influence before the region fully opens. But there is one reason that matters more than all the others. A reason rarely discussed and often underestimated. Positioning. The Arctic sits between the world's major powers. It connects continents. It shortens distances. It reshapes logistics. Whoever dominates this region doesn't just move goods faster, they help define the rules by which global trade operates. History shows us something important. Power shifts are rarely obvious while they're happening. They only become clear once they're complete. The Arctic isn't a distant future scenario, it's an unfolding reality. And the countries acting now are doing so with long-term dominance in mind. Do you think the Arctic will become the most important trade region of the next century? Or is the world underestimating what's coming? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one.